And video is on. Okay, we're set. Video is on. I think I always cut it. I don't post the readings online. I don't post them. If he's talking to you and we're doing something for you, it's not going to get posted out there for the world to hear. So I just post what I teach. But the one thing about trance is sitting in trance, taking time to sit in trance, to see whether you can actually do it. You should have some kind of recorder. Get yourself a little recorder. Put the recorder out on a table and put an alarm out. You use your phone, put an alarm out. So you should be in probably not more than a half hour in meditation. So what you do is you set the alarm. You go into meditation. If you go out and you go into trance and you start talking, the recorder will pick it up. Recorder will pick up what you're saying. And then if you start talking and you have that connection of talking, then you have somebody come in the room with you next time you do it to ask you questions. See, once you start to get in that deep meditation and go out, and you're going to breathe, and I tell people when you do this for meditation, breathe through your third eye. Act as if you're breathing through here, hold in your lungs and breathe out. Like you're having a waterfall go through this part of your third eye. So breathe through there and breathe deep. And it should take just a little bit and you'll start feeling yourself going back into the vibration. But you want to set the alarm for one reason. You want to bring yourself out. Spirit has a sense of humor. They could have you in trance for 3 hours. I did a workshop one time and I told people, I didn't set my alarm. I told people, I said, one hour. They said, okay. 4 hours later, they brought me out. I said, what happened? They go, oh, you were doing so well. You were doing so well. And I was exhausted, like, oh my God, you're doing so well. So you want to bring yourself out. You don't want to keep having spirit and be 4 or 5 hours later, you finally come out of it. You want to set the alarm. But once you got used to it, my system, my Lucerne will bring me out. When he decides it's time to come out, he will bring me out. But it's mostly trusting relationship. I mean, you have to trust the relationship with your guide. Don't think that you're going to close your eyes and somebody from the spirit world is going to go, I'm your trance guide. Here I am. Oh, it takes a little while to get used to them. You don't allow somebody just to take control of your body. You're not letting any spirit over there just say, oh, here we come. You have to have time to get them used to you. You have to feel comfortable with them working with you. If you don't feel comfortable with them, you have to feel comfortable. I know Lucerne. Before Lucerne, there was Charles Davenport and Billy and Mildred. That was when I was a kid. Those were the ones that were around me. And as they progressed and moved me, then Lucerne started. But I knew Lucerne was there, but he never talked to me. He would watch me. So I knew he was there. I just wouldn't allow him to take control until I felt very comfortable with giving control over. And most people have an issue about giving up control. They want to control it. They want to control the vibration. If you have to control what spirit is bringing you, then you're probably not going to make a good trance medium or medium if you're trying to control it. Your whole vibration when you do this is you're not here to disrupt or destroy somebody's life. You're not here to, people come to Lucerne, Lucerne speaks to them. Lucerne already knows your life's probably a mess. But you haven't come to me to tell you how messy your life is. You want me to try to help you, to encourage you, to step you up on a different level, to have you have a view of your life. Not for me to tell you how bad it is, you already know that. You already are living with that situation. You want me to explain to you how to improve it. And that's what a medium does. It teaches you how to improve your life. Now, mediumship actually works for you. You don't have to do mediumship and actually do mediumship and say, I'm doing it for other people. Mediumship actually works for you. Allows you to raise your vibration, to get a different view, adjust your own vibration to allow you to move the path ahead of you. So mediumship, learning mediumship, or having that connection in your vibration allows you to connect to the higher side of life, but allows you to get information on a higher sense of consciousness to allow you to move forward. Mediumship works very well. Back in the day, people didn't give readings. They sat in circle. They meditated. They worked with raising their vibration. They didn't go out and try to get readings. They allowed themselves to move themselves forward. And that's what mediumship was really supposed to be. Trance mediumship is allowing somebody to overshadow. Lucerne doesn't jump into my body and all mess around in there. He overshadows my vibration. He pulls up extremely close to me and overshadows my being. And then he doesn't completely take over, because I can stop it at any moment if I have to. I say, no, not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I can watch, but I don't know what Lucerne's saying. Lucerne is like me here, Lucerne, and I'm over there, and my body is here. Lucerne is here, but I'm standing over there looking over here. Can't see, I see his mouth moving, I just don't know what he's saying. But I know Lucerne's in the body, I know he's around me. But I'm off at a distance. I can't get back over here unless I'm pulled back. That's why in trance, people can't touch you. Can't run up and grab you, because it would jerk me back very quickly, jerk me back into my body extremely quickly. So that's why you don't want people touching you when you're into a deep meditation, deep trance. Nobody touching, nobody grabbing hold of you and shaking you out of it. It doesn't work. We used to have a class out here many years ago. Everybody in class was going into trance. Everybody. Trance. So one of the teachers brought out this great big hat pin. And he stood in front of class. He said, well, everybody going into trance tonight. We're going to test you to make sure you're in trance. We're going to stick you with this hat pin. Nobody went in trance that night. Nobody moved into the trance state. Because when I'm really in the trance state, I don't feel something. You can come stick me and do stuff to me. I don't feel it. I don't sense it. I don't feel it when I'm in that deep trance. I don't. So what you do is you bring yourself to that vibration, but learning how to do it, how to place it in motion. That's the big key. With Lucerne, there's 47 other spirits that are with him. There's Tobias, there's Mildred and Charles are back there. There's this whole group that travels with Lucerne. He's the spokesperson. Every once in a while, Tobias will come out and speak, but it won't be Lucerne's voice anymore. It'll be Tobias speaking, and his whole voice changes. That whole situation changes if he decides to come out and speak. So it's according on who's standing and needs to speak will come through, but usually it's Lucerne. He's the one that comes through and speaks. If he doesn't know the answer, he'll ask the people behind him what the answer is. He will.
What was fun with this, with Lewis, we had Lewis at the head. There was 8 of us sitting around in a circle, and when we started this, everyone got a chance to get up into the cabinet, and we could see the head spin. I'll call it spinning, but it would go around. It would go from one type of face to another type of face to another type of face. And finally with Lewis, it really moved fast. So this is a fun thing to do if you get about 8 people and you put them in a quiet room, and they start, every week, they start going into this all together. Everybody show up every time, and you end up having this sitting in the cabinet, and you can watch other people's face also go into this spin. I call it a spin because it goes from one kind of person, like a Chinese person, to another type of person, to another, and it's like all different kinds, even Indian. He was doing a lot of Indian at one time. But anyway, the neat thing is we had no idea that our face changed. Nobody, I've never seen that. So we were learning something brand new that we were excited about, and it was something that we've done for years now. And in that, Lucerne came out and started dominating this circle that we had. And it was one of the best things I think we've done. Years ago we did it, but it was one of the best things we ever did out here, because we realized there's spirit around us, and you could actually see it. And so I always encourage people to go ahead and do this kind of work with a group of people, because this is neat to see a spin or a face change. Like, wow, you can all see it together, so you know you're not alone. That's the other thing too. It's a group. I encourage that. Go ahead.
But during this whole thing, when I go into Lucerne, the lights will be off. It won't be pitch black dark. That light will be on over there. It won't be pitch black dark in here. But you'll actually, the red light will be on. You'll actually see transfiguration on my face. Mm-hmm. My face will change. Transfiguration will happen. Through the overshadowing my face, you'll see different things. I'll have a mustache. I'll have hair. I'll have a full head of hair. Different things will go on. So it's like you'll see that transfiguration going on, and that's a really cool thing. I always tell people, you want to do it, do it. If you don't have nobody at home and you go, well, I love to see transfiguration, get yourself a little balled-off candle, a little small candle, little candle. Go in your bathroom, because that's usually got the biggest mirror in it. Put the candle on the counter. Look into the mirror, get back into the mirror, get step away from the mirror till you can just make out your face. And you'll see your face just start to roll. That could be guides, loved ones, protectors, past lives, incarnations. You'll see, you'll have feathers, you'll have hair, you'll be male, you'll have a beard. It'll just keep changing. It'll run. So you just get back just enough so you can just make out your face and allow the transfiguration to happen. That's something you can do at home. You can just set the little candle out, step back enough. You just need a little tiny bit of light in the room. Other than that, the transfiguration will start. It'll start vibration. So there's a lot of things you can do to work on your trance and your mediumship and talking to spirit and having a connection to them. You just have to be patient. Sometimes your system isn't ready for them. Sometimes it isn't ready. Spirit isn't manifesting that situation yet. And people get discouraged and they go, and they quit, instead of keep trying to talk to them. I always explain to people, when you're meditating, while your feet are still on the floor, if you need to lift your feet up and sit in a lotus position and do all that, then great. When you're walking towards your space, or you're sitting while your feet are still planted to the floor, state to your guides what you'd like to see. State to them. Come talk to them. Then go sit and meditate. Kind of direct your meditation where you like to go. You want to see a gatekeeper, you want to see a guide, you want to see a loved one, you want to see who, what are you looking for? I love people when they go, oh my God, I'm open to the universe. I just want to go anywhere they want to take me. God bless their little hearts. Go. I'm not going, I want to kind of direct it to see where I'm going. Kind of direct the direction. And usually you'll have a joy guide or protector, something in your vibration to open the door for you as you move forward. So when you first close your eyes and start your meditation, what's going on around you? What's appearing? Do they bring you flowers? Do they bring you something? Does something show up? Does something appear before you venture forth? What are you walking on? Where are you standing? Are there trees? Is there something here with you when you first start the meditation? What's going on around you? These are all symbols. Remember, symbols are something unique to you. Throw all your symbol books in the garbage, because the symbols for somebody else does not mean that means the same thing to you. If you get hit with a baseball bat, not going to like it. not a good symbol for you. But I got a baseball bat for Christmas. I love my baseball bat. Good symbol for me. See, the question here is, the symbol will have that connection to you in this lifetime. What it means to you, what it connects to you with. So don't get all fixated because somebody said it meant this, but you don't think it means that. But this person said that. Doesn't mean that. It means whatever it means to you. First thought, first impression. What it means to you. So I'm going to go into Lucerne here in a few minutes. You're going to have to flick that light off.
Yeah.
Can you flick it off?
Yeah. As soon as I figure out where it is.
But you just gotta, it's up there, just.
Okay.
There you go.
Got my finger stuck in it.
I should be able to just make out my face with the red light. That's why I had the red light. You should be able to make me out, right? I'll see me, okay. It takes me a couple of minutes to get into it. It just takes me a few minutes to get into it. You guys can talk. The turn will come through. You'll hear him. You'll hear him. It takes me a few minutes to get into the CERN, and then he'll start. And he talks for a little bit, so he's not going to just come give you stuff and let's go. He likes to talk.
Do you girls want to move around so you can see him better? You doing okay with that?
Yep, we're okay back here.
Okay. All right, sweetie. All right.
The moment I have be here, I have to get the vibration ready. What I have to do. Okay, I think I'm here. I'm here now today. It'll get stronger as I solidify the connection here.
Welcome, Lucerne.
I want to tell you who I am and why I come. I am Lucerne. I have never been incarnated here. But there are many places in the spirit world to be incarnated. This place is not the only place, the only vibration where people are incarnated. And you can tell that self to yourself when you're in a deep meditation or a vibration within your life, and you'll notice that you're seeing something you haven't seen before. An existence, a vibration in some dimension or some place that you have incarnated at some part in your life. We have to realize that we incarnate where we are needed throughout the spirit world. There are many mansions, many places to go. And we, as an individual, a spirit, a vibration, we appear in these places where we are needed. You are here on this earth plane because you are needed to affect the universal energy of this plane of existence. And you will be on this earth plane, you will be here until your job or your vibration or your energy is no longer needed here. Some of us get to go back to the spirit world. We get to rest. We get to take time out. But some of us venture from this earth plane into another plane of existence, almost straight away, because we are called and we are needed there, in that existence, in that vibration. People in this lifetime that you've known in this lifetime, usually at some point, some vibration will follow you. Some people ask me why the loved one has not appeared. They have moved to the spirit side of life, but they have not come back to say hello. Sometimes people appear in our lives just because of this lifetime, this incarnation. They were here to affect you in some positive or negative way, but they were not to be with you and constantly waiting on the other side for you to venture forth there. They were only here to affect you in this lifetime, to place you where you need to be. So don't get influctuated with your vibration and think that they're not coming, they must not like me. The people that come into this earth plane with you love you because you made that conscious effort within your life to venture here, to be part of this vibration, of this universal energy, to affect this. Every plane of existence in the spirit world affects every other plane of existence. So everything falls into place. You might live where you live right now, but a few years from now you are called to move somewhere else. Not because you massively have to move. It's because where you are at this point in your life, you have affected the energy as much as you possibly can. And you are needed elsewhere on the earth plane to affect the energy there. So when you have that option, remember, we in the spirit world do not force you to change your life. We give you options. If there's something in your life that you have to do, you have to place in motion in your life, and you're not doing it, that is when we propel you. We don't hear screaming on the other side, you know. We see your mouth moving, but as we drag you down the path, but we don't hear the noise. Then eventually you'll get to where you need to be and you'll go, oh, I should have been here my whole life. It is things in our lives that we have to forgive ourselves. Don't believe that the world is going to forgive you. You must first forgive yourself. We in the spirit world have already forgiven you. We love you. We have good intentions in your vibration. So why can't people forgive themselves? What if that life lesson, what if that life encouragement that you took so strongly in your life, thought was so terrible for you, what if that whole situation was more of a life lesson for someone else? What if it was never yours to begin with? We get too enticed in our lives thinking that we have a purpose. What if your purpose was just to be born on this earth plane? And that was it. Just to be here on this earth plane, to be born, to affect the energy and to have fun. Sometimes we miss that in our lives. We get too structured in our lives, too stressed and too wild in our lives to understand that sometimes we have to just let it be. You all have guides and teachers and people that have followed you through lifetimes. They know you better than you know yourself, so you have to realize that. We only have good for you. We have compassion, we have love, we have support for you. But you have to be able to accept it. You know, we work quite digitally in your life, dropping things in your life. That's the best way for us to get your attention, is to give it to you repetitiously, so you can see it, you can experience it. When you ignore it and you move down the path, and then we have to do it all over again, to continually to put things in your life. If things happen, we call it the body, mind, spirit situation. If it happens 3 or more times in your life, it is spirit, it is us trying to help you, trying to show you a direction in your life. Your free will and choice, think of it, God bless you. People think they have free will and choice in this lifetime. You have to realize that before you got here, you sat in a place in the spirit world where you were. During that time in the spirit world, before you arrived here, you sat and picked your guides. You sat and picked the life lessons and situations that you wanted to go through in your lifetime, so you could raise your vibration and move to a higher level of consciousness. Your only free will in this lifetime is how you arrive at the destination that you chose before you got here. It's how you'd make the journey to that next destination in your life. That is what we have our free will and choice from. We cannot change the destinations that you chose in this lifetime. You chose those. You will venture there, kicking or screaming or gently. We will allow you to be there. But it's the journey we try to affect. Some of you are too stubborn, you know. You want to be dragged. You want to crawl. You want to do all kinds of crazy stuff. When only you have to realize that we had a limo parked at the corner. We could have drove you there, peaceful and quietly. And we complained to you. You complained to your guides, complained to God that life isn't working. That's because you got stuck in a bad part of town. Sometimes you just need to venture onto a different path. Be watchful of what we're trying to show you. We will show you what you need to see in your life. That is very simple. Because you on this earth plane are affecting you and your higher self, but you also are affecting the spirit world. As above, so below. You affect us, the spirit world, of what you decide to do. But remember, we do not jump off the cliff to find you. We'll sit quietly and wait for you to climb up. We'll help you when you get to the edge, and we'll dust you off. Tell you how bad it was and how awful that was. But we're not going to jump in and save you. We warn you long before something happens in your life. So adjust your vibration in your life. If all the people in your life are not too well balanced, go at least find a few people that are balanced to be part of your life cycle. If you live somewhere where you're not comfortable in your life, ask your guides to show you where you should live. Then have them produce situations and things in your life to direct you to that vibration. But trust yourself. Everyone here in this place today has lived multiple lifetimes. Multiple. So you have to be, and when people say it's an old soul, young soul, the only reason you're a young soul on this earth plane is because you've never been to this incarnation here. You've never been here. Been to other life places, other situations in the spirit world, but you have not been here. So you're considered a young soul. This is the first time here. First time on this planet. First time here. Old souls have been here before. They know the rules. They know what's here. So they're considered an old soul. Some of you here today are old souls. Some of you are young. You never ventured here before, and the ones that are usually young souls are the ones who get here, and they think to themselves, well, I'm never coming back here again. I'm not venturing this place again. We have ideas in our lives of what we should do. Sure, you can talk to your guides and your master teachers and your instructors, but your meditation, your getting quiet in your life is more to get you in touch with your higher self. Your higher self is always connected to the spirit world. And when you get to that point of your vibration, of your intuition within your life, you understand that you have touched the higher point of your existence, where the information is true, and it comes to you through your higher self. But your guides are still helping you. They're still propelling you in a direction. Loved ones are not guides. Don't have someone tell you that your guide is your grandmother, or your mother, or your son, or your daughter, or somebody that has passed to spirit. If you knew this individual and you knew the spirit while you were on this earth plane, they are not your guide. They were travelers on the path with you, but they are not your guides because you handpicked them before you got here. Now, if you didn't know your grandmother, she had passed to spirit long before you arrived here, then she could be your guide. But only ones that are here, that are part of your life, are not guides, they are helpers. They will help you. And the ones who don't come to help you never were supposed to be hanging around in this lifetime with you. They have ventured forth into another dimension, or they're sitting down having a drink and relaxing in the spirit world. They just aren't here. So don't feel guilty if they don't show up. You've done nothing wrong. You've done nothing wrong for them not to show up. They were just part of this life. When I speak to individuals, when I speak to people, just acknowledge that I'm speaking to you, and I'm going to start speaking to some of you. I get to all of you today. I don't have a massive crowd here today, so. But just acknowledge that I'm speaking to you. Say something. Make a sound. Make a sound or something. So I know that I'm speaking to you and you know that I'm there. I have to go to you, dear.
Yes, sir.
You know, the vibration with you, dear, there's been a gentleman in spirit with you, dear. And I don't know if he didn't like what was going on with him at the end of his life, dear, but he just felt a little bewildered with it, because I feel like he was pretty healthy until he started getting sick. Started getting ill, dear. And he's very happy now. He's very content in where he is. But he wants to overshadow you. He wants to be around you a lot, dear. And I sense that you can sense him. You can feel him near you. You can feel his energy when he pulls up close to your vibration. You're very ungrounded, dear. That's because you like seeing the whole picture, dear. You don't like things that are hid from you, that are not placed in motion for you, dear. You like seeing the whole picture. And I do feel like your guides work with you. They help you a lot. I feel like you're very empathic about your situation, dear. You have people that want to help you, and you sense that. I don't feel like you follow things half blindly, dear, down the path. You look at it, you weigh the possibilities, you understand it, and then you put it in motion. You don't fly and go into something in your life that's not part of your vibration at all, dear. You have this woman in spirit who loves you to death, dear. Loves you to death. She has a few little quirky things in her life, dear, but she managed her life quite well. Even though she was a little broken, she managed her life well. She did her best. And she says, dear, you're doing your best. Don't feel guilty for something that hasn't appeared in your life and you can't see to get it done. Because possibly it's not a life lesson or a life encouragement for you, dear. Maybe you're just the overseer. You gotta give information, and hopefully the person takes the information and uses it to their betterment. That's all you can do, dear. You can't change it. You can only send information out. And I explained to people here from the spirit world, you have guides, dear. 10 to 15 guides follow, each and every one of you here. You don't need all your guides all the time. You don't. You're not that crazy. So you can send your guides to other people. Have them go talk to their guides. So they can have a conversation. And then the person changes their life and you go, boom, my guides did well. My guides helped them. Because you don't need all your guides, do you? Your life's not that bad. You've been through some stuff in your life, but life's not that bad. Send some of your guides out to help some people around you, dear. You might be quite surprised that their life gets so much better in their life. Just by you sending your guides. You have some very powerful guides, dear, that have traveled with you through lifetimes. Through lifetimes, dear.
Thank you.
I leave that with you, my dear. Lady next to you.
Yes, thank you.
Dear, I feel like with you, my dear, you need to be a healer. Whether you heal yourself, you work on others,